Hi, hello, this is Giri, teaching 9th Mathematics, the chapter Polynomials. Here are questions and solutions from exercise 2.1 and this is part 2 video. In this video, we will learn the solutions of question number 4, question number 5 and question number 6 of the exercise 2.1. Here is the chapter Polynomials and this is exercise 2.1 and question number 4. Classify as linear, quadratic and cubic polynomials. I shall repeat. Classify as linear, quadratic and cubic polynomials. Now let us recollect what is meant by a linear polynomial and what is meant by a quadratic polynomial and what is meant by a cubic polynomial. First of all, we know what is a degree, isn't it? A degree is nothing but the highest exponent of the variables. The highest exponent of the variable in any polynomial is called degree of the polynomial. Now if the degree is 1, for any polynomial if the degree is 1, then the polynomial is called a linear polynomial. Now for any polynomial if the degree is 2, then it is called a quadratic polynomial. Similarly, if a polynomial contains a degree 3, a third degree polynomial is called cubic polynomial. We already learned the general form of a linear polynomial, the general form of a quadratic polynomial and the general form of a cubic polynomial also. Now the general form of a linear polynomial in one variable is ax plus b, isn't it? We learned this in the video Introduction to Polynomials. And next, the general form of a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. And the general form of a cubic polynomial in one variable is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Here the condition is a should not be equal to 0. In all the three cases, the condition a should not be 0, isn't it? Therefore, the linear polynomial is nothing but a first degree polynomial. Quadratic polynomial is nothing but second degree polynomial and the cubic polynomial is nothing but the third degree polynomial. Here is the first bit, 5x square plus x minus 7. Here we have given a polynomial which contains 3 terms, isn't it? The first term is 5x square, second term is plus x and the third term is minus 7. What is the exponent of the variable in the first term? 2. And what is the exponent of the variable in the second term? 1. And what is the exponent of the third term? Since it is constant, you can write 7 as 7 into x power 0. Therefore, here the exponent is 0. Among 2, 1 and 0, what is the highest exponent? 2 is the highest exponent. Therefore, this 2 is called the degree of the given polynomial 5x square plus x minus 7. Therefore, what is the degree of this polynomial? The degree is 2. Since the degree is 2, this polynomial is called quadratic polynomial. Is it clear? Very good. Now, dear children, let us look at the second bit, x minus x cube. This polynomial contains 2 terms. The first term is x and the second term is minus x cube. Now, whatever the number of the terms, you may please pick up the highest exponent. That highest exponent itself is the degree, isn't it? Therefore, the exponent of x is nothing but x power 1 and the exponent is 1 and the exponent of x cube is 3. Therefore, the highest exponent is 3 and the degree of this polynomial is 3. Since the degree is 3, it is a third degree polynomial which is called a cubic polynomial. Now third bit, x square plus x plus 4. X square plus x plus 4. This polynomial contains 3 terms. The first term x square, the exponent is 2. The second term x and the exponent of the variable is 1 and the third term is 4. 4 into x power 0, exponent is 0. Therefore, among 2, 1 and 0, the highest exponent is 2. Since 2 is the highest exponent, it is the degree. The degree of the given polynomial is 2. Since the degree is 2, it is a quadratic polynomial. Now fourth bit, x minus 1. Just two terms. X is the first term and minus 1 is the second term. X means x power 1. Therefore, the exponent of the first term is 1 and the exponent of the variable in the second term is minus 1 into x power 0. Therefore, the exponent is 0. Among 1 and 0, the highest exponent is 1. Since the highest exponent is 1, it is the degree. Therefore, the degree of the polynomial is 1. Since the degree is 1, it is the first degree polynomial, which is called a linear polynomial. Now, fifth bit, 3p. Here p is the variable. 3 into p power 1. 3 into p power 1 means the exponent of the variable is 1. Since the exponent is 1, it is the first degree polynomial. Since it is a first degree polynomial, it is a linear polynomial. Now, sixth bit, pi r square. Here pi is a constant number, whereas r is the radius, which is variable. Therefore, here the variable is r and the exponent of r is 2. This polynomial contains only one term, and in this term the variable is r and the exponent of the variable is 2. Since the exponent is 2, it is the second degree. Since the degree of the polynomial is 2, the given polynomial is a quadratic polynomial. Dear children, did you understand how to answer this? Did you understand what is a linear polynomial and what is a quadratic polynomial and what is a cubic polynomial? Good. First degree polynomial is called a linear polynomial. Second degree polynomial is called a quadratic polynomial, and third degree polynomial is called cubic polynomial. And do you know how can you call a fourth degree polynomial? Very good. Fourth degree polynomial is called biquadratic polynomial. Okay, fourth degree polynomial is biquadratic polynomial. Now let us see question number 5. Here, this is question number 5. Write whether the following are true or false and justify your answer. I shall repeat. Write whether the following are true or false and justify your answer. Here is the first bit of the fifth question. A binomial can have at the most two terms. We know that a polynomial can be classified into different types with respect to the number of terms in it. Here, if a polynomial contains a single term, it is called a monomial. If a polynomial contains exactly two terms, it is called a binomial. If a polynomial contains exactly three terms, it is called a trinomial, and so on. Here, in this first bit, it is given that a binomial can have at the most two terms. At the most means maximum two terms. Maximum two terms means there may be one term also. Okay. But if a polynomial contains one term, then can you call this as binomial? No. A binomial means it should have two terms only. It should exactly contain two terms. If it contains one term, it cannot be called as binomial, but we can call it as a monomial. Therefore, a binomial can have at most two terms is false. Then what should be the correct sentence? The correct statement is a binomial should have only two terms, or a binomial should contain exactly two terms. That may be correct, and this is wrong because at the most means maximum two terms. Maximum two terms means it may contain one term also. But if a polynomial contains one term, we cannot call it as a binomial. Understood? Good. Now second bit. Every polynomial is a binomial. You see, we know that the polynomials are of different types, out of which binomial is a one type. If a polynomial contains a single term, it is not a binomial, it is a monomial. If a polynomial contains three terms, it is called trinomial. Therefore, a binomial is one type of a polynomial in which there are exactly two terms. Therefore, every polynomial need not be binomial. A polynomial is said to be binomial when it contains only two terms, but there are some more polynomials which may contain single term, which may contain three terms, which may contain four terms, and more than four terms also. Therefore, every polynomial need not contain exactly two terms, so every polynomial need not be a binomial. It is a false statement. Now, third one, a binomial may have degree 3. A binomial may have degree 3. Here, yes, may have means it may contain. For example, you take x cube plus y cube. X cube plus y cube, it is a binomial. X cube is one term and y cube is second term, it is a binomial and it is of degree 3. Therefore, it is a binomial may have degree 3. So, it is true. Fourth bit, degree of 0 polynomial is 0. You see, the 0 polynomial means any polynomial in which all the coefficients equal to 0. It is nothing but just 0 only. But degree of the 0 polynomial is 0, which is false, which is absurd. You cannot find the degree of a 0 polynomial. The degree of a 0 polynomial is not defined. Please keep in mind, the degree of a 0 polynomial is not defined, but the degree of a constant polynomial is 0. If you take any constant number 4, 5, 10, etc., then the degree of those constant polynomial is 0, but the degree of the 0 polynomial is not defined. Therefore, this is false. Understood? For this, what should be your reason? The reason is the degree of the 0 polynomial is not defined. Now, fifth bit, the degree of x square plus 2xy plus y square is 2. Let us verify this. Here we have three terms, x square, second term is 2xy, and the third term is y square. Here the exponent of x is 2. In this term contains two variables x and y, isn't it? Now the exponent of x is 1 and the exponent of y is 1. Therefore, the total sum of all the exponents of the variables is 1 plus 1 is 2. And here also y square means the exponent is 2. Among 2, 2 and 2, what is the highest exponent? 2 is the highest exponent. Therefore, the degree of this polynomial is 2, which is true. Therefore, the given statement, the degree of x square plus 2xy plus y square is 2 is true. Now, sixth bit. Pi r square is a monomial. You see, pi r square contains, it is a polynomial which have only one term. Pi and r square are not separated by plus or minus. Therefore, it is a single term. Since it is a single term, it is called a monomial, which is true. Here actually the question is, we have to state whether the given statements are true or false, and at the same time you have to justify your answer also. That is, you have to give reasons. I already explained what is the reason, and you may write the reasons at your own. Is it clear now? For example, a binomial can have at most two terms. It is false. And you should write the reason also. Why a binomial can have at most two terms? Means here the reason is a binomial should contain exactly two terms. That is the reason. For the second bit, every polynomial is a binomial. It is false. The reason is there are some polynomials which are not binomials. Understood? Similarly, third question, a binomial may have degree 3. It is true. The reason is there is a binomial x cube plus y cube which is of degree 3. That is the reason. The degree of 0 polynomial is 0. False. The reason is the degree of 0 polynomial is not defined. Clear? Fifth bit. The degree of x square plus 2xy plus y square is 2. It is true. The reason is the highest exponent of the given polynomial is 2. Therefore, the degree is 2. Understood? Similarly, sixth bit. Pi r square is a monomial. This is true. The reason is this polynomial contains a single term which is called a monomial. Dear children, is it clear now? Very good. Now let us switch over to question number 6. Here is the question number 6. Give one example each of a monomial and a trinomial of degree 10. I shall repeat. Give one example each of a monomial and a trinomial of degree 10. Here, in this question, we have to give an example for a monomial which contains degree 10. And similarly, we have to give an example for trinomial of 10th degree. I may just explain what is a degree again. Degree is nothing but the highest exponent of the variable. The highest exponent of the variable among all the terms of the polynomial is called degree. Therefore, here, since it is a monomial means it should contain only one term. A polynomial with one term is called monomial, and a polynomial with three terms is called trinomial. First of all, let us give an example for monomial of 10th degree. A monomial of 10th degree. In order to make you understand, I may give more than 4 to 5 examples so that you may write any one of these examples, or you may write at your own also. Here a monomial of 10th degree means the polynomial should contain a single term and the highest exponent of the variable should be 10. You see this example, x power 10. It is a single term. X power 10 is a single term, therefore it is a monomial. And the exponent is 10, therefore it is of 10th degree. Similarly, y power 10. Y is the variable. This polynomial contains only one term and the exponent is 10, therefore it is a monomial of 10th degree. Similarly, x power 5 into y power 5. It is only one term which contains the product of two variables. In such cases, in order to find out the degree, you have to add all the exponents of the variables. Here, the variable x contains the exponent 5 and the exponent of the variable y is 5. If we add both the exponents of the variables, we will get 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. Therefore, the degree of this monomial is also 10. You look at this. 3y power 6 z power 4. This 3 is called quotient. You forget about it. Y and z are variables. The exponent of the variable y is 6. The exponent of the variable z is 4. If we add both the exponents 6 plus 4, you will get 10. Therefore, it is also a monomial of degree 10. Similarly, x power 4, y square and z power 4. Again, this polynomial contains a single term, only one term. But in this term, it is nothing but the product of three variables. Now, the exponent of the first variable is 4, exponent of the second variable is 2, and the exponent of the third variable is 4. If we add 4 plus 2 plus 4, we get 10. Therefore, this is a monomial of degree 10. You see, in all these cases, all are monomials and all contains degree 10. Therefore, these are the examples for monomials of 10th degree. You may write some more examples also. Now, second bit. In second bit, you have to give an example for a trinomial of 10th degree. Trinomial of 10th degree. You may see this. X power 10 plus x plus 1. Trinomial means it should be a polynomial of 3 terms. Any polynomial which contains 3 terms is called trinomials. And it should be of 10th degree, means the highest exponent of the variable should be 10. You see, x power 10 plus x plus 1. Here, the exponent of the first term is 10 and the second term variable is x and the exponent is 1 and the third term is a constant number, exponent is 0. Among 10, 1 and 0, the highest exponent is 10. Therefore, it is a trinomial since it contains 3 terms and it is of degree 10 as the highest exponent is 10. Therefore, it is an example for a trinomial of 10th degree. Similarly, observe the second example, x power 10 plus y power 10 plus z power 4. Here it contains three terms. X power 10 is the first term, y power 10 is the second term, z power 4 is the third term. Therefore, it is a trinomial. It contains three terms. It is a trinomial. The exponent of the variable in the first term is 10. Exponent of the variable in the second term is 10. Exponent of the variable in the third term is 4. The highest exponent among 10, 10 and 4 is 10. Therefore, it is of 10th degree. So, it is a trinomial since it contains three terms and its degree is 10 as the highest exponent is 10, and it is an example for a trinomial of 10th degree. Similarly, look at the third trinomial. It contains three terms 1, 2 and 3. It contains three terms. And at the same time, let us pick up the degree now. Degree means you have to find out the sum of the exponents of all the variables. You see, this is the first term. This first term contains product of three variables. The exponent is 2, the exponent is 3 and the exponent is 5. If we sum up, 2 plus 3 plus 5 is 10. Therefore, the degree of the first term is 10. Similarly, x power 1, y power 1, z power 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1, the degree of the second term is 3. And the exponent of the third term is 1 into x power 0, it is 0. Among 10, 3 and 0, the highest exponent is 10. Therefore, the degree of the total polynomial is 10. Since it contains three terms, it is a trinomial. Since the highest exponent is 10, it is of 10th degree. So, these three are the examples of trinomials of 10th degree. Did you understand what is a monomial? Good. Did you understand what is a trinomial? Good. Dear children, now you may try to write some more examples of polynomials and trinomials at your own of 10th degree. And you may verify with this video. Still, if you got any doubts, you may please post in comment section so that I shall clarify. All the video links of introduction to polynomials and the solutions of exercise 2.1 are given in the description. You may click the video link and you can verify the videos whenever necessary. Thank you one and all.